Our next speaker comes to us from Perpetua. Perpetua is another sponsor of this show that we are so grateful to. So Perpetua, if you don't know, is an Amazon advertising software. It helps the world's smartest brands, agencies, and sellers optimize sales, control advertising costs, and dramatically save time on the minutia of managing Amazon ads. Now, I only dabbled myself in Amazon ads for a brief moment, but I have used many other ad platforms, and it can just be insane. And I know that minutia. So if that's something that's interesting to you, check him out. And our speaker from Perpetua is Gloria Abramit. And I'm sorry if I butchered your name. She's a data strategist where she's responsible for all aspects of customer success and growth. She's helped hundreds of the world's smartest brands, sellers, and agencies grow their business and drive exceptional campaign performance. So, Gloria, welcome and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Isaac. It's great to be here.
All right. So your talk, I didn't even mention your talk, let's say, is titled Navigating the Global Pandemic, Category Insights to Craft Your Amazon Advertising Strategy. So I know you've been watching all that's going on. You have access to the data. And so that's what you're going to be talking to us about.
Correct. Yeah. Very excited to share my insights with everybody.
Awesome. So take it away.
Perfect. Let me just find my presentation here.
All right. Here we go. And go ahead and hit the full screen. There you go. All right.
Perfect. All right, so I'm going to get started. So thank you, first of all, everyone, for making the time to listen to me. I know it's a really tough time right now, and nobody really knows what to do. It's really hard to decide, so I'm happy to share my insight and give you a little bit of an idea and my advice on what you can do with your Amazon ads, because that's what we focus on here at Perpetua. So my topic is navigating the global pandemic, category insights to craft your Amazon advertising strategy. So first of all, as Isaac mentioned, I'm Gloria Abramite. I'm a data strategist here at Perpetua. I really work with the accounts, make sure they're optimized and fast. And Perpetua is an optimization tool for your Amazon ads. And we work with Amazon DSP, sponsor brands, sponsor products, sponsor brands video, anything, everything for a full funnel Amazon advertising strategy. So the first thing that I really want to start off with here is that every single day is different right now. I wake up, I don't know what's going to happen. We're all in quarantine right now. It's so different than our normal. So really basing your decisions right now of your campaigns and such on trends in the past weeks just won't suffice. You need to use all information, all news sources, everything out there to really craft your strategy. Amazon is announcing new things every day, from delivery delays to categories, essentials versus non-essentials. So you need to listen to this and make sure that you implement these new pieces of information in your strategy. So speaking of events and news, there are 3 events that I deem as influential events on Amazon that have happened in the past, let's say, month now. So the first one being around March 8th is when I saw in our databases that the panic shopping really begun. So sales for essential products, those really essential products, started to boom, and the non-essential started to decrease. The second influential event was March 17th. This is when Amazon actually announced shipment restrictions. So they're no longer receiving non-essential shipments of FBA inventory, and they're focusing on those essential categories, which does make sense because we want to focus on giving consumers things that they can use to basically. Essential categories are baby, health and household, beauty and personal care, grocery, industrial and scientific, and pet supplies. And the third influential event that I noticed was March 23rd. So delivery delays. So that's the day I got a whole bunch of emails from my clients freaking out saying, my products aren't going to be delivered until April 21st. My conversion rate's going to go down. Like, what should I do? And obviously this is another new event and I don't know what to do. I've never seen this before, but we had to craft a strategy. That's what I'm going to go through. So these were mostly non-essential orders. So the delivery delay was commonly to April 21st, so pretty late. And there's going to be more events. So that question mark is really leading to what's next. We have to really make sure we know everything that's going on out there. So I'm a bit of a data nerd. So you'll see fun graphs like this. This is probably the messiest one, so I apologize, but I love data and visualizing data. So the first thing that I wanted to know was, how are we comparing to a regular month? So I took February as a regular month on Amazon, and I calculated the average of attributed sales during February and took that as my baseline. So my baseline there is 100, that black line across the graph. And then what we did internally was categorize all of our accounts into those categories you see there on the top left-hand side. So there's food, beauty, pets and animals, health and supplements, etc. So what's really interesting here are the numbers that I put there on the graph are those influential events. So the first one being that the beginning of the panic shopping, which March 8th, which categories did we see increase dramatically? Food, pets and animals, health and supplements. You need to order stuff to live. You need food. You freak out. You want to feed your pet. You want to become healthy. You want to make sure you have your multivitamin, your immune support, etc. So these are things that you're a panic. You need to order right now. And what do we see dropped? Electronics, jewelry, clothing and apparel, these things that just get pushed back to your mind because right now you're in, I need to survive mode. So you're getting those essential items. So the second influential event was the shipment restrictions. So I want to note that not everything in every category is deemed essential. So let's say in food category, there are some products that are non-essential and some that are essential. So we did see the decrease of sales during that time period because of those shipment restrictions and Amazon really categorizing the essentials versus the non-essentials. And the third influential event there was the delivery delays, which obviously saw a little bit more of a decrease in conversion rates and decrease in sales. But one thing I do want to mention is that you can see from, let's say, March 26th until the 28th, you can see a slight uptick there. I do have some hope that soon we will be getting bored in our homes. We'll be getting antsy. We want to go for a run. We want to buy jewelry maybe to make ourselves look nice and do something else than buy food that we may have already stockpiled. So I do see some trends continuing, and I'm hopeful. So moving on to more the category trends of essentials versus non-essentials. So I'm going to give insight into both. I'm going to start off with essentials and give you advice on both categories on how to manage your Amazon ads. So the first thing I wanted to graph here was conversion rate, which is really important. Obviously on your ads, you want to make sure they're converting, and spend. So why spend? It's interesting here because when I graph essentials, you can see that the conversion rate, the light pink line, increased much quicker and higher than spend did and faster. So basically, people were converting more, so they were clicking around. They saw that they were panicking, so they bought, and then spend followed, which means there's a demand influx. So attributed spend increases. It gets to that peak there around March 14th, and then conversion rate starts to drop. So people are getting less panicky, maybe purchasing less. So spend also gets pulled back. So it's quite interesting to see that spend drops. Does that mean we're getting smarter? We're saying maybe I don't need to spend that much money on my advertising. Maybe I need to sell organically only, or I don't have enough inventory, so I need to pull back on spend. I've just sold out of everything. So let's see how do total sales compare during this time. So here we see conversion rate again. So just to give you the same visual as the last graph, and total sales. So what's extremely interesting here is that total sales stay stagnant, pretty stagnant and stable during that time period. So we are either, becoming smarter again with our ads, pulling back the spend and letting organics take the reign, or we are running out of inventory and just running those last, products, letting them sell organically, which is the smart thing to do if you only have so much in inventory. So really taking a look here at organic sales, attributed sales, and total sales. This is kind of the most interesting graph. And again, those numbers are those influential events. So organic sales stay extremely strong during all three events. And what's amazing is that organic is starting to really lead the charge at the end there, and attributed sales are starting to decrease. So you're seeing a big change there in the dynamic. So, the question becomes, should I even be advertising? Can't I just sell everything through my organic sales? Why am I even paying for ads at this moment? I do think you should still advertise, yes, but focus on your most important, highly converting keywords where you don't rank high organically. This is really the time to go after new customers. Don't spend money, waste money right now on your branded keywords. Don't spend money on those keywords you're ranking highly organically, because you're gonna get those sales anyways, right? Just organically. So shift your budget to those keywords where you can get new customers, new awareness, and not only on sponsored products, but you can also leverage the DSP. So Amazon DSP is, I don't know, if you're familiar with it, but it's basically re-engaging customers off and on Amazon. So basically, if a customer has viewed your product, a competitor product, or a similar product, you can follow their journey and re-engage them at a later stage, either on and off of Amazon. So a lot of people are clicking around right now. And actually, our DSP lead had a really good point today that people are clicking around, viewing the product. They may not convert on non-essential or items that have a delivery delay right now, but they're interested in the product, so they may want to purchase it later. So this is really the time to hit with the DSP. Make sure you capture that customer and you follow them, and you can reserve that ad later on where they can purchase again. So DSP is, again, re-engaging those customers, and this is the time that you can acquire new customers. So in the first influential event there in the essentials, this is only our DSP customers in the essential categories. You can see that returning purchases increased tremendously, and a returning purchase is someone who purchased in the past 365 days. So they know the brand, they want to come back, they want to purchase, they know that it's an essential, and I like the brand, so that increased tremendously. And we also saw the pink line there on the bottom, new to brand purchases, something that we can we have a metric for, so so we can see that scale. And it's quite amazing that you're able to acquire new loyal customers right now. This is the time, and then they can be lifetime loyal customers for you in the future. So it's an interesting time to try this out, and I think that it's definitely a very valuable ad unit to leverage. So to sum up, what would crafting your Amazon advertising strategy look like right now? 5 points that I have. Number one, as I say, monitor your budgets to capitalize and not cannibalize your organic sales. So again, don't spend too much and spend wisely. So number two, lower your branded budgets and ACoS targets. So you can do that in our app. I can show you how our customers leverage our features to do that. And increase unbranded, so category and competitor budgets, and ACoS targets to gain those new loyal customers in this time. So you really want to own those category keywords right now and show up on your competitor pages and gain more awareness. Number three, shift spend to search terms where you don't rank highly organically and lower bids where you do. And number four, keep your sponsored brands and sponsor brands video running. These are amazing real estate pieces on the search page. You want to show up and you want to get those new customers. And re-engage customers who are viewing your own similar or competitor products. So that's really leveraging Amazon DSP. So how to do this, how our customers would really implement these kind of strategies in our product. So if you're familiar with Amazon advertising, all the nuances it comes with, we try to make it very easy to manage your campaigns and goals within Perpetua. So organic rank is something that is very valuable information to have, and we've actually partnered with a third-party data firm to implement this information into Perpetua. So what's amazing is on a search term, you can see, hey, I'm ranked number 5. I think I can become number 3 because I see the list of competitors on the search term, and I know I have enough ratings, I have enough reviews, I'm priced pretty well. I know that if I invest a little bit of money on this search term, I can climb organic rank. And so what you can do in our app is track certain search terms to see over time, I've spent this much, and this is where my organic rank that was that day, and how do I gain more? So, and you can also see share of voice, which is really important. How much of the page do I have right now on a search term? And again, now's the time to look at these kind of search terms and see, can I boost myself up more? I have a bit of budget to shift and probably gain organic rank, and for the long term, that'll be worth it. So number 2, you can create, manage, and analyze branded competitor and category campaigns in Perpetua. Super, super easy. With a click of a button, you can launch these campaigns and you can monitor them, change the, again, target ACoS. So that's really how aggressive you want to be on your campaign right now in your bidding strategy. Our algorithm takes care of all the words, finding the bid price, doing the negative matches, doing all that stuff for you. Super easy to launch. And you can see the metrics there on the top right, branded, unbranded. You can see category level, competitor level, everything. So it's really awesome. This is really exciting. So I don't know, as you know, Amazon users, if you've seen sponsored brands video. So those are videos that show up on the bottom of the search page for a product, and you click it and you can buy the product. This is extremely valuable. We've seen amazing results, and we're so excited to actually offer a product in about, I would say, very soon in our app to be able to launch videos straight from our app, and it's going to become it's a really great feature, and we're betting on this ad unit largely. It's quite a new ad unit. I think it started around to go more broad last year, and we're definitely betting on it largely. And obviously, you can launch sponsored brands in our app as well and manage those and optimize those very easily. And lastly, so leveraging in-house managed display ads using Amazon DSP. So we offer an in-house managed service. What's amazing about this is that if you run the Amazon DSP right now, I'm sure it's a bit difficult to understand reporting and get metrics. We actually have industry-leading real-time reporting in our app. So you can see line-by-line items reporting whenever you want. You can just log in. You can even see it on the app. It's quite incredible. So moving from those essentials, I'm going to move over to the non-essentials. So this is a bit of a trickier category. It's kind of, you know, what do I do right now because people aren't purchasing my product? So should I stop advertising? I'm going to say no, and you'll see why. I think you should be smart with your budget, but let's look at the same kind of graphs that I showed before. So you can see here conversion rate and attributed spend. They do drop pretty much in tandem with each other. So March 8th, there, the first influential event, that's when we saw CVR really starting to decrease, and it goes lower and lower. But you know, the question comes, do total sales stay strong throughout this period? Unfortunately not. But this is not a shock because these are non-essential supplies that people are pushing back to the back of the mind. So therefore, this leads me to believe that organic sales must as well be quite weak. So here you see they do move all kind of together. But what's amazing is that you'll see March 24th, the organic sales in the middle there, they start to increase, right? After the third event there. So this leads me to believe, okay, if organic sales are increasing, people are looking around again. People are shopping again. Maybe they're getting into buying those non-essential items again. If people are buying organically, that means that you could push a little bit of ad dollars into your ads again on Amazon. So is advertising really worth it right now, or is it just too expensive? We can look at CPC here. So this is cost per click. So basically, advertising got really expensive, but more recently it's gotten very, very cheap. So people may have been pulling back their ads, and this might be the time to start investing in them again. So for non-essentials, crafting that strategy, right now it's really important to keep advertising on those really highly converting products. People may still want to purchase your items, even with that longer delivery date. We are seeing the delivery date actually be sooner than what is mentioned on Amazon, and that word is getting spread, so people are buying more as well. What I would say is to be smart with your money right now, save a bit. So why not just lower your budget a bit, lower your target ACoS on those highly converting products, pause your ads on those lower converting items because it might not be worth advertising those right now. But since you're saving now with pausing and reducing your budget, you can then save for at a date closer to that April 21st, where people know that they're going to get their products soon. So you can really push your advertising, be aggressive with your ACoS targets, and try to gain organic rank quickly. So doing that, you can leverage a feature in our app called Keyword Boost, which I'll show you here. So since you know you have budget to spend and you can invest a little bit more since you saved that from, let's say, the beginning of April, you can invest further organic rank by, in our app, you can select certain search terms and keywords that you want to rank high organically for. You can also do this in Amazon on your own, but it's easier in our app and easier to track and manage. So you select certain keywords, put it into its own campaign, and what you do is put a top of search multiplier on it. So on that one campaign, you have 1 to 10 keywords exact match. You can put 100% top of search multiplier, 200%, be really, really aggressive. Make sure you get those impressions, those conversions, the reviews, the ratings. It's a flywheel, right? So it's going to keep going, and you'll get Amazon to know you're a strong product, and you can climb organic rank. With this,
I just want to break in here for just a minute here.
Yeah,
we've got a few minutes left, and I know this has been awesome. I know we want to make some time for a couple questions, so just to let you know.
Awesome. Cool. I'm actually going to skip through this then and just go through. This is my last slide, I promise. So just some predictions for some sellers out there. Number one, I don't think this will be, the supply chain and logistical limitations will be short term. And I think those delivery dates will be reverted to normal at the beginning of May. Number two, there will be, since people are shifting their behavior to more online, you're going to have these essential products are going to have a higher baseline sales now because people are really going to shift their behavior, not for now, but probably for a longer time after this has subsided. Number three, again, people will get bored in your homes. The non-essential products will see an increase in sales, while other products may see a slower sales given to limitations of way of life right now. And that's it. So if you're interested in Perpetua or speaking to me or more strategies, you can always email me. My email is right there.
Awesome. That I love that you're looking into the data and telling us what's happening right now. That is so valuable, and that's what I was hoping that we could accomplish with this summit. We do have we've got a good question here from Ritu. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. A lot of our clients' competitors are out of stock. This makes us the only ones standing on many keywords. Do you know what happens to second price auction when there are no other bidders? I asked our Amazon ad reps this morning, but they weren't sure. Any thoughts?
That's an interesting question. This makes sense. There are no other bidders, and you're going to win that keyword, so you're going to show up. There's going to be less competition, so your CPC is definitely going to go down. That's a very interesting situation, but I believe that you're just going to win that keyword and really start to see your products gain more traction.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. This isn't entirely relevant to Amazon as advertising, but my experience on Google has been that if I'm the only one bidding for something, the price is pretty low. Even if I bid very high, they don't charge me that much because there are no other bidders. So I would kind of assume Amazon works in a similar way.
Yeah, and I would love to hear from your experience, Ritu, in the comments of what is happening with those bid prices. If those bid prices are going way down that you're seeing, like the actual clicks that you're paying, I would love to hear kind of like a rough percentage of how much that's going down. So let us know in the comments, Ritu.
All right. Any other questions for Gloria while we have her? Want to let you know, of course, all of the gifts that our sponsors have given and all of the slides and everything from this event is going to be at summitecommerce.co/gifts. So head on over there and make sure you get, there we go, and make sure you get all of these amazing things. We've talked about free masterminds, all kinds of stuff. We've got another comment. I'm making corrections.
Corrections. Right. Hopefully corrections in the good way, not like big market corrections.
Based on
we don't
Amazon
want market corrections. We want bid corrections down. Yes, that's good. Awesome, Ritu. Thank you for chiming in here. And thank you so much, Gloria, for coming on. That was a really valuable presentation. I know a lot of sellers are really struggling with their PPC right now and just worried that they're just blasting money into the void. So that was a really valuable presentation. Thank you for your time.